Hello, everybody. It is your girl Brush, and I'm back with another video. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell button so you never miss a video when I do upload. And don't forget to share my videos wherever with whoever said they know you rocks with your girl. Shout out to my 133 subbies. I want to give a shout out to two new subbies. It is Faye Angelique and Philly Girl 31. Hey boo, hey, welcome to the party. And I don't know if I shouted her out either, but shout out to Erin Porter too. Hey girl, hey. So if you're new here, hi, hello, welcome. I'm your girl Precious. This is the Precious B channel. If you've been here before, what it do, baby boo, okay? And if you have been watching but have not subscribed yet, go ahead and follow suit. Hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the notification bell button because all of my videos are pre-recorded, but they premiere live. And of course, don't forget to check the description bar down below. All of my perfectly curated playlists that houses all of my content, reviews and etc. Just my 2 cents, what you bought hauls, vlogmas, my new wig series, new wig who this will also be linked down below by the time I edit this video, as well as the links to my IG and my Facebook that I created for this channel. So this particular video, oh, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. That helps other people find me. Gotta wet my whistle, child. Listen. We gotta get into it, okay? So today's video is gonna be just my 2 cents. Also happy Wednesday. The day this video will be uploaded will be on Wednesday. Yeah. So this is just my 2 cents on the TikTok series, Who the Did I Marry? We can't cuss just yet in the video, so okay. The lady who I'm gonna name Stacy, because she didn't say her real name, and I don't think anybody mentioned whatever her TikTok name was, and to be honest with you, I don't care to look, so I'm gonna call her Stacy, okay? So Stacy got on TikTok and gave us a 50-part series, okay? So she basically gave us, like a 10-part series, but it's 50 whole parts. A series about her lying ex-husband, who was a pathological liar, a narcissist, right? Now, the minute I seen this, I immediately thought of the Netflix docuseries, The Tinder Swindler. I immediately thought of it, and I said, oh my God, it's a black Tinder swindler, right? And this lady married him, right? Not quite, because Legion, the name that Stacy gave him, he didn't ask her for no money. He wasn't out here asking for no money. Nobody was after him or to get him or nothing. He was doing damn near everything Simon was doing except for lying that his life was in danger and asking her for money, right? But damn near everything Simon was doing, a Tinder swindler Legion was doing, right? So, and he didn't really give off like a fancy type vibe. He was just dusty. Okay, so the Who the Fuck Did I Marry series basically starts with her telling us that they went on the first date to the Cheesecake Factory. He had paid for her tire because apparently her tire had busted or broke or flattened. I don't know how cars work. Girl, I don't know. I don't drive one. I don't own one. I don't fucking know how cars work. And I think COVID had happened and the shutdown, and so she basically had moved him in her house. Okay, we got long story short this. Okay, so basically she moved him into her house. They started dating. He basically started wooing her. I believe they had started hunching. I don't remember her saying if they was hunching or not, but I know they was hunching because she married the damn man. Apparently, he was paying bills at her house. He was, I guess, paying like light bill, phone bill, maybe getting groceries or something. She just kept saying household bills. She never specified or was specific in what bills exactly he was paying, but she kept saying that. She did say he didn't pay like her phone bill and I think like her car note or something to that effect, or I think her rent or something or another. But like basic stuff around the house he was taking care of, or whatever the case may be. So she basically talked about how he wanted them to move in together because she didn't want him getting pregnant. And he was basically giving her and whoever the real estate agency had decided to use the runaround about his finances, because he had lied about the fact that he was like some executive at a company in Atlanta, had a company car. He apparently had money put up because he used to play arena football in California. He did tell her that he was married once before his ex-wife had children, that he was still close with the kids. He told her that he had family he was still close with. All the lies he was telling her, right? And of course, she seen her first red flag when she found out that the whole house situation and a lot of stuff wasn't true, because I guess the first house they was trying to get kind of fell through when she tried to figure out whether or not he had called the people, put a down payment, filled out the paperwork. People was like, no, the house sold or whatever. So she kind of had like reservations, but she continued with the relationship and continued to allow this man to tell her they were going to get a house together. And so they were looking and they were going to houses and talking to people. And apparently, by the time they had got to the next set of realtors, they said basically, we can't move forward until we see proof of income, right? And he got defensive and basically said, yeah, no. And she was like, well, why not? Because you have all this money. Just show them you have the money. Like Jerry Maguire, show me the money. Show them the money. But he got defensive and got an attitude with everybody. And basically, that was that. And the people was like, so we just not going to do business or whatever. And so he continuously kept saying he wanted to look at houses, and he had a homeboy who was a real estate agent or something, and they was looking at houses together. He would tell her about these houses that she couldn't come see, but he was looking at. And so then he would take her to go look at appliances and put down payments on appliances for a house they didn't have or was never going to have, because he didn't have the money to get the house or whatever. And he was telling her he was approved for almost $800,000 to get a house and all type of stuff. But apparently he was living in a garage or a studio apartment or something. He stayed with her. And, I guess they got engaged because she was pregnant because of COVID and stuff. So, he was telling her family and stuff not to really contact her. Like, he was trying to isolate her and stuff. Again, it was because of COVID. Like, they couldn't really see a lot of people and things. It was a lot. So we went from them getting an alleged house to him trying to get her an alleged car, because I don't know if her car had stopped working or something. I don't know. She was starting to piss me off because she kept talking about this household over and over again. So then Stacy talked about how they would go to different car dealerships and he would help her in and out of the regular car she was in, and they would test drive 50 of them different expensive Benz and Audis and all type of shit. And she just wanted a little basic ass Kia, whatever. But I feel like she loved this. Like, we're not gonna, like, I feel like she was enjoying the whole, oh, my man gonna get me an expensive car type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like she was in love with the idea that her man was gonna be able to provide and, keep her ass in Gucci and gold. What movie that line come from? Like, and that's not what it was. So eventually, with the whole car situation, told her he was gonna get her a car from Audi, put a down payment down on the card, told the people at the Audi, his bank people and the people from his job at HR and stuff, was gonna send them receipts and documentations of his bank account and check stubs and all type of shit. And apparently he had got her this car, and the car was supposed to get delivered to the house. She was supposed to be home, took off early. She had worked from home between the hours of 1 and 3. A car was supposed to be delivered to her. A car was never delivered. So then he told her the reason the car didn't get delivered because the car got stuck in between the place where they delivered the cars from and to her. And so eventually they just said, fuck the car situation. She went and got her own car. She wound up having to apply for a new job so she could be able to get her car, so she wouldn't have to worry about him helping her pay for the car or whatever. So because she wound up getting a new job, or whatever, he had to give his social security number or whatever. Mind they was married at this point. They wind up getting married. She, of course, had a miscarriage or whatever the case may be, and I think he was acting weird around the time she had her miscarriage, and it was a whole bunch of stuff. So, what else happened? She wound up getting her background packet thing from her job, and he had to put his name and information on her background packet. And when he did that, he wound up putting a different social security number than the one that was on the marriage license, right? And she was like, she remembered like it was like the first three or four numbers or something like that was off. So she said she ran the background on the security number he put on the license for the marriage license, and ain't nothing bad come back, like it was clean as whistle. She runs the background for the social he put on her job application background thing, and a whole bunch of shit popped up. It was like three addresses for Philadelphia, Rhode Island, Georgia. He had told this lady he had lived and went to school in California, met his ex-wife that he told her about in California. They got married and divorced in California. California was not one of the states, or in San Diego wasn't one of the cities that popped up on the background check. Okay. On top of that, he lied to her about how many relatives he actually had, living and dead. Okay. So he told her he had like 6 siblings, only had 2. Told her, I think he said he had like 6 brothers and 2 sisters or some shit. Had not nailed sister, only had 2 brothers. She found this information out once they had like a disagreement or argument or whatever. She put him out. They got into it. He drove his ass to Philadelphia, right? She found out he lied about going to school in San Diego because she wound up, because of the social security number, which I believe was his real social security number, called the people down there at the school in San Diego and asked, is Allegiant James was ever, this is not his real name, but she asked, is Allegiant James ever been a student at the school? The people said, ma'am, ain't nobody named Legion James was ever down here. So she asked Legion, like, Legion, were you ever a student down here in San Diego? He said I was, but I was a private citizen, and my daddy had paid for me to be a private citizen, so they wouldn't be able to give out my information. Bitch, what? Bitch, what? I'm sorry, what? Okay, no thank you. Like, at this point, sir, get the fuck out. Get the fuck out, because what? What? Now I'm not too certain on what that means, so we gonna ask Google, okay? Because I was highly confused, and I felt like I was being hoodwinked and bamboozled. What is the definition of a private citizen?
According to Wikipedia, a private citizen is someone who does not have an official or professional role in a given situation.
So yeah, you couldn't be a private citizen yet. So what he was saying made no bit of sense, right? But she let it roll. She let the motherfucking good times roll. Okay, laissez bon long, laissez bon temps roulant, bitch. That's what it was. Okay, it was Mardi Gras, bitch. It was the carnival and the circus over there. Okay, so Stacy decided to continue to do her due diligence and find out whether or not Legion James, who she was married to, was the nigga she was really married to, right? Okay. Now, she wound up digging into his information and found out that one of the addresses down there in Georgia led to the ex-wife she told him about. Now, we're going to call her Babs, right? Because when Stacy told the story of when she called her, she was like, is this Barbara, this Shirley? So we're going to call her Babs, right? So Stacy wound up going and getting in person a copy of the divorce decree with the address, the phone, or whatever. Stacy called Babs, like, hello, may I speak to Babs? Babs was like, this is her. Who is this? Babs, my name is Stacy. Stacy James, and I'm married to Legion James. Babs started laughing in Stacy's face and said, baby, if you calling me about Legion, the nigga been lying to you, ain't it? He been lying to you, her friend. What he told you? I cheated on him. He filed a divorce. I wanted his money. He don't have no goddamn money. So Babs basically tells Stacy, girl, don't believe half the shit don't believe not nothing that man tell you. Okay? Don't believe shit he say and pay attention very closely to what he do. She didn't say it like that, but that's basically what she told her. She basically gave her words of encouragement, but basically said, girl, that man is a fucking liar. Okay? Stacy found out from looking at the divorce decree that he basically told the people down at the court he couldn't pay for the divorce because he was poor. So how did this lady want this non-existent money he made from football, arena football, if you couldn't pay for a divorce, friend? You got money in a alleged offshore Swiss bank account or some shit. Like I turned it was tied up in investments. Like, are we serious? So, Babs told Stacy, look, girl, that man is a liar, okay? Don't believe shit that come out of his mouth, girl. I had to get away from him. They was only married for like 6 months. And, she was like, well, this address. She was like, that's for the ex-girlfriend that live in Douglas County, right? Now, mind you, I'm pretty sure Stacy could have asked Bab about his siblings or whatever. But I don't think Babs ever met these people. You know what I'm saying? Because then we later find out she didn't. She never met none of his family. So come to find out, in between him and Babs getting divorced, he had a girlfriend that lived in Douglas County or whatever fuck they said in Georgia. And he was using that lady's address, saying that it was his sister Shantae address when he got with Stacy. So Babs said, look at Stacy. Don't you tell that man you've been talking to me. Stacy told Babs, girl, don't worry. He ain't gonna hear shit from me. So mind you, Legion told Stacy that Babs' daughter died from COVID. That Babs' son called him and told him that her daughter died. So Stacy decided, you say this man is a liar. I'm starting to connect the dots for myself. Friend, how your daughter? Babs said, what did he tell you about my daughter? She said just that she had COVID. He told that lady that lady's daughter died from COVID. Stacy said out of her own mouth she didn't have the heart to tell Babs that man told her that her daughter had died from COVID. So Babs was like, my daughter's fine. She was like, okay, he said he'd be talking to the kids or whatever case may be, whoop-de-whoop. So Babs like, girl, just, you gonna get through it, pray to God and whoever else, girl, you gonna get through and get far away from him, okay? So after that, Stacy basically felt like she had enough, right? Mind you, Stacy had went through his phone one night when he was asleep because apparently he had hurt his leg or something and something was wrong with him and he was taking medication and he couldn't walk or something or another. And so she went through his phone and saw he had been talking to hoes on Facebook and hookers off of plenty of fish and shit and paying for pussy. It was a whole lot of shit, right? So eventually after that, she was like, you know what? I got to get away from him. So of course she let us know she was desperate for human attention and human contact because of COVID and the fact that none of her family really lived that close to her. She couldn't be around her peoples because of the COVID, right? But I also believe it's because she have low self-esteem. You can't tell me no different. That lady got low self-esteem. I seen it all over her face. So Stacy basically going there and tell Legion she don't want him no more. I'm choosing me, Legion. Get your shit and go. So they got into it or whatever the case may be. He called his auntie on the phone. And we gonna call her Betty. So he called his auntie Betty on the phone and she called her mama and they got into it. And her mama and his auntie Betty told him, boy, you better get out of there for that girl do something to you. Okay, she gonna do something to you. You best to get your shit and go. And she basically got in his face and told him, if you don't get your shit and go, I'ma beat you like the little punk ass bitch you is. So get your shit and go. So he packed his stuff, he left, or whatever the case may be. She started cleaning up, and she changed the locks and everything. Now, fast forward, he take his ass to Philadelphia, where he's originally from. He didn't lie to her about that part. He told her he was from Philly, right? He just lied about the California of it all. So he get to Philly, tell his family up there in Philadelphia that she never met, that his wife they never met, put him out and cheated on him. Same story he told Stacy about Babs, right? So his cousin Tammy, that's not the name she called her, but that's what we're gonna call her. So his cousin Tammy called her like, "Hello, is this Stacy?" Stacy was like, "Yes, who is this?" She was like, "My name is Tammy and I'm Legion's cousin. He just got up here and told us that you put him out. One. Two, he caught you cheating on him. Three, it was with somebody you worked with. And four, they apparently threatened him." Stacy said, "Well, it's I guess nice to talk to you." Tammy said, "You too, sis. We didn't know he was married to you. We didn't even know he was with you." So Tammy said, "We know he a big ass liar. We know all this nigga do is lie. He is a lying ass nigga. So we needed to confirm and verify if what he is telling us is the truth, because he's trying to stay up in here with us or whatever at different people's houses." So Stacy said, "No, none of that is true. Yes, I put him out, but the other shit is not true." She said, "But I got some questions for you, Cousin Tammy. Do you mind answering a couple for me?" Cousin Tammy said, "Sure. What you would like to know?" She said, how many siblings do he have? Because he told me he got buku brothers and sisters named Kim and Shantae and John Jingle Jangle Hammersmith and all type of shit. Tammy said he don't have no nail sister. And he damn sure have a sister named Shantae. Kim is my daughter, his second cousin, because I'm his first cousin. That's his second cousin. So no, that's now I think Tammy might have been his auntie or his cousin, but for the purpose of the story, that's his cousin. So Kim is his second cousin. His cousin Tammy's daughter. He only got two brothers. She said, "What?" "Yes, he only has two brothers." Two. She said, "Yes, his oldest brother, who Stacy called Chris, and his twin brother, who we gonna call Leon, right?" So it's Leon and Legion, okay? She said his twin. Bitch, when she said twin, I said, "What? He got a twin?" Oh my God. I was gagged, gooped, gobsmacked, and flabbergasted. She said, "Yeah, girl, he only got two brothers. His oldest brother and his twin, who's older than him by 20 minutes. She said, "This nigga told me he had an older brother," which is the one she called Chris, "and then his twin, who he told me was his younger brother by 2 years. Not his twin brother older than him by 20 whole minutes." She said, "Yeah, I don't know where this Stacy person come from, but no, he don't have a sister. Never had a sister." Mind you, because Stacy had the social, she was able to go and find all this information on his peoples. Come to find out, she found his mama's obituary, and in the obituary, she seen his brother, Chris, his other brother, Leon, him, Legion, and the women they were with at the time that their mother died. Legion had a first wife. Okay, we're gonna call her the First Wives Club. So we're gonna call her Elise. What's because that's Goldie Hawn's character name from the First Wife Club. So he was married to a bitch named Elise, his first wife. Then it's Babs, that's his second wife. Stacy is Legion's third wife. You follow me? So it's Elise, Babs, and Stacy. Stacy the third wife. Lucky number 3, honey. She is the unluckiest bitch to be. Okay, so she was like, yeah, no, he only got two brothers. He don't have none nail sister. She was like, his mama died in 2008. He ain't spoke to his brothers in damn near 10, 15, 20 years. Him and my daughter, who he's claimed was his sister, ain't spoken almost 20 years. They got beef bad. Junebug is dead. Bitch, Junebug been dead. Said Junebug died from the COVID. Said the grandma had died from the COVID. That lady had been went to go on the glory. He said another uncle or somebody had went to glory from COVID. That man had died years ago. Killed 3 people off during COVID. People had been dead. Been dead. That girl said no, they been died. been to glory, honey. No. She said, but I'm gonna get you in contact with Chris. That's the brother Stacy called Chris, the oldest, the eldest. So she was like, yeah, but I just wanted to figure out what he was the truth and what he was lying about, because Legion is a big ass liar, right? So Stacy calls Chris. Hello, is this Chris? Yeah, this is Chris. What is this? This is Stacy, Legion's wife. How you doing? I need you to clarify some shit for me. Chris said, sure. What you need me to tell you is fact from fiction. Was your daddy a police officer? No, he was a correctional officer, but he drove trucks. Did your mama and daddy drive down to Georgia in Augusta and start a church? No, they did not. My daddy didn't go to church. Mama went occasionally, but no. She wasn't no first lady of nobody's church. Was your mother a school teacher who had retired? No, she was a substitute teacher, but she wasn't a full teacher. Okay. How many siblings do you have? 2. Leon and Legion. Do you have sisters? No. Who is Shantae? I don't know a Shantae. Who is Kim? That's my cousin. That's my cousin Tammy's daughter. Kim don't fuck with Legion. I don't fuck with Legion. So do you and your brother be talking on the phone at 6 o'clock in the morning? No. I ain't spoke to this nigga since my mama died. And if I see him, it's gonna be a motherfucking problem. Well, what about your other brother, Leon, the twin? Well, they probably talk from time to time, because I think Leon sent Legion money. Mm-hmm. What does Leon do? Well, Leon is married, got a couple kids, doing well off for himself. He an executive of a big time company. Really? Yeah. Because Legion basically stole Leon's identity. And the reason I believe he did this is because the social security number he put on the marriage license, I bet you 9 times out of 10 is Leon's motherfucking social security number. And if Stacey had any sense, she look into that other social security number and find out if it belonged to Leon. Again, Leon, Tammy, and Stacey, these are names I came up with. Legion and Chris are the names that Stacey came up with on her own, okay? So Stacey and Chris on the phone talking. Chris basically told her, that nigga's a liar. He has been lying since we were children. Okay? So then she asked about these alleged other brothers, John and Abraham and Elbow and all these other motherfuckers. He said them people not related to us. It's only 3 of us. Me, Leon, and Legion. Legion's the baby. Leon is older than him by 20 minutes. I think Chris was older than both of them by like 5 years or something. She said, so your daddy didn't have 2 kids on your mama? This nigga saying my daddy had other kids on my mama? Yeah, 2. No. She said, yeah, apparently he had 2 kids on your mama before they got together. Yeah, nah, that's no. It's only 3 of us. Me, Leon, and Legion. We don't have none nail sister. I don't talk to this man. Ain't spoke to him since they buried my mama. Okay. Your daughter, is her name Egypt? No, that's not my child's name. Does she live in St. Louis with her mother? No. And I don't talk to him, so I know damn well She don't talk to him. Well, who the fuck he sent some shoes to? Lady, I don't know. To baby, I can't tell you because I don't talk to him. Okay, well, your Aunt Betty. Who? Your Aunt Betty. Da, 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 da. No, baby, that's not our auntie. That is our mama's homegirl. And I don't trust that hoe. This is what Stacy said Chris told her, okay? So Chris is like, yeah, he is a big ass lie. Yeah, he was like, so what do you do for a living? She was like, I work at like a correctional facility or whatever. I work in law enforcement or whatever. Law enforcement. You could do that while being married to a convicted felon. What? Did you not run his background? I did. Did you check his criminal history? I did not. Yeah, I don't know all his charges for him, but if I was you, I'd look into that. Because I think it's a couple. I don't know exactly what they are, but they're there. That nigga's a felon. Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah, because I knew nothing about you because I don't talk to him. Well, apparently y'all was talking every day early in the morning. I would never be up at 6 o'clock in the morning. And I damn sure wouldn't be talking to him because I don't with that nigga. All right. Chris said, look, I don't know who he was talking to, but he wasn't talking to me. I don't know who he was on that phone with. If he was on the phone with anybody, but I know it wasn't me. Okay, baby, it wasn't me. Okay? Now, if you need anything else, I might be able to answer something for you. But as far as Betty not my auntie. I don't have a sister named Keisha. I don't have a sister named Kim. I only got two brothers, Leon and Lioness Legion. Okay? My daddy didn't have no extra kids. He wasn't a cop. He wasn't a preacher. My mama wasn't a teacher. My daddy drove trucks. Okay? That's it. That's all for it. Okay? All right. Boom. So, what else happened? After this, she gets in contact with the auntie or whatever, because he drives back from Philadelphia uh, and goes to Augusta. She gets him to sign the divorce papers or whatever, even though he was trying to fight her on it. And, she felt bad for him because he looked at a mess. And she gave him some money. So then Auntie Betty called her like, hey, girl, how you doing? What's up? What's going on with you and Legion? He tried to move into my house. She said, you put him out, whoop de whoop, X, Y, Z, everything he told everybody else up in Philadelphia. He basically told her. She said, that's not what happened. She basically says, so, because, I'm not trying to get into the middle of nothing, because, the last time I had to get in the middle of some shit was with the ex-wife. She said, oh, with Babs? Who is ex-wife Babs? No, baby. I don't know who Babs is. I'm talking about Elise. Who the fuck is Elise? First ex-wife. Babs is the second. You're the third. Talking about Elise. Him and Elise got into it, and Elise put hands on him, and he got a protective order against Elise, and I had to go to court to testify on his behalf because him and Elise got into it. So I'm just trying to make sure I don't have to get into no more shit where I gotta go testify. Yeah, no, it wasn't none of that shit. Ain't nobody put no hands on nobody. I'm not that type of girl. He just not allowed to be in my house because he's a liar. Okay. She said, oh, okay. She said, well, how the baby doing? What baby? Y'all baby. He told me y'all had a boy in January, right? Stacy had a miscarriage. Stacy was pregnant. Stacy had a miscarriage. And they had told her she was going to be a high-risk pregnancy. Legion never told his Aunt Betty that the girl had a miscarriage. Mind you, Stacy met Aunt Betty. Aunt Betty knew she was pregnant. Woo, woo, woo. Legion never told Aunt Betty that the girl didn't have the baby. He went and told Aunt Betty after this girl had a miscarriage and all that jazz that they had the baby. It was a boy. He would drive down there to go see Aunt Betty. Tell Aunt Betty that Stacy was no good. X, Y, and Z. He gonna leave her and take his baby. Aunt Betty would say, well, bring the baby down here to see me. Hell, bring Stacy to come see me. Never did none of that. Stacy said there is no baby. Miss Betty lady, there's no baby. Betty said, what? Yeah, baby, no, there's no baby. She said, there were people who wanted to give him stuff for y'all's. You know what? I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that, baby. Yeah. She's like, cause he can't come stay up here, cause I'm an elder lady, Mm-hmm. So some kind of way, Legion go and check himself into a facility because it was hot, the summertime, all that jazz. He gets out. People telling him he is entitled to come stay in the house where she was staying, where she put him out, had the lock exchange, X, Y, Z. Stacy decides to move. He shows up there. She gets him arrested because he had a warrant or something or another. She some type of way she get in contact with the people for the car he was driving. Come to find out, he had a car note on the car, one pen on the car. She called the people that came, got the car. Um, she went in the mailbox, saw that the divorce was final. She was able to get her stuff moved, go on about their business. He then decides to call her job. I don't know if it was her new job or the other job, but he calls her job looking for her. I think she had took some time off to, get herself situated in her new resident. And, he's calling her, whatever. So apparently, I don't know if it was her work homegirl, her actual homegirl, basically told her to tell him, stop calling, stop contacting me. I'm going to get an order of protection and whoa. So she stopped talking to him, whatever the case may be. This story was a lot because it wasn't like he was taking money from her, but it was the fact that he was lying to her about some of the most simplest shit. Like him saying he had money, and he had money, but not the amount of money he was lying to her saying he had. She found out that he had jobs and stuff. He had took the girl to a cemetery. I meant to tell y'all this. Took her to a cemetery. Said that his peoples was buried at said cemetery. They were not. He didn't even know the people whose headstone he had showed her at the cemetery that he apparently worked at because he had worked at a temporary agency. This company he said that he was the vice president, CEO, executive of, he worked in the distribution center as a forklift driver and stuff like that. He wasn't there for 7 years. He was only there for a couple months and he wound up getting fired or something or another. He worked construction, all of this, I believe he did through a temporary agency because, what I think temp jobs, they pay you same day, and 9 times out of 10, they pay you in cash or something or another. I'm not exactly sure. I never worked no temp job. But he kept money in his pocket when he did work. Before they had got together, she seen, because she was going through his stuff or whatever before she got ready to throw it away or whatever, and saw that, he was getting unemployment right before she met him. So he was getting money. And mind you, all of this happened right before the pandemic, the shutdown, all of that jazz. So I think what makes this sad is because they were in the pandemic and they were isolated. That's how he was able to lie to her because she was trusting him, right? He was her person and things of that nature. But she took accountability for her stupidity. I will give Stacy that. But I felt like she saw the red flags, right? And she ignored them because she didn't want to be alone and she didn't want to be lonely. And I feel like for a lot of women, loneliness will always be their downfall. And I feel like in Stacy's case, it wasn't just loneliness, but it was, I want to say, low self-esteem as well. This is just my 2 cents, okay? I just felt like it wasn't just loneliness, but I also feel like Stacy had low self-esteem. Because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, she said something about she believed being with this man was her time or her last time or just her moment. It wasn't going to happen again if she didn't snatch up this dusty bum who decided to hoodwink, bamboozle, and swindle her into believing he was the end all be all and he was the one for her. No. I've never been in situations like this, and so it's kind of hard for me to have sympathy because it's first of all, y'all was moving way too fast. Okay, you didn't even know this man, but a minute. And already y'all were living together because of the pandemic. And like that's a big red flag, not on just his part, but your part. Because you don't know him. Right? Just because y'all matched on two different dating apps or whatever. And apparently he had like two different names on Hinge and Facebook, is what she said. So that should have been the biggest red flag of them all. But I digress. I feel like he saw that she was somebody who wanted to be taken care of, because I do remember hearing her say something about having a soft girl life. And I seen people in the comments of where I watched the video on YouTube at what was it? Talk with me, Yanni or something or another. When I edit this video, I'll put the name of where I watched the video at. The videos at. I hate that black women feel like they have to settle to be loved. I hate that. And I feel like that's the biggest lesson out of this Who the Fuck Did I Marry series featuring Stacey. Is that stop stop feeling like it's not gonna happen for you, because you're supposed to go through a season, in my opinion, because this is just my 2 cents, of loneliness and singleness to fix the things about you you do not like. In the words of RuPaul, if you don't love you, how in the hell are you supposed to love anybody else? I am a big believer in I can't give you love if I can't love me. You can't love me properly because you don't love you properly, right? This is a very big lesson that I learned once I became celibate. I am celibate, and I've been celibate for 7 years. This story solidified that I made the right decision at 26 years old. Was it 26? 26 or 27? Yeah. No, if it was 26, I've been celibate for 6 years, not 7. But I made the right decision, because this type of shit, it's not okay. Yeah, y'all, that's all. That's it. I wish the best for Stacey. I pray peace for Stacey. I pray if anybody decides to pick up this little story Stacey told us, you know, I pray we see it somewhere on Lifetime or Netflix or Hulu or something. I pray Tubi and Prime don't get a hold of it, because baby, they gonna jack it up. But yeah, y'all, that's kind of all. That's kind of it. I try not to be too harsh. I think I might have been. I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of all. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell button so you never miss a video when I do upload. And don't forget to share my videos wherever with whoever. And ladies, please look out for the red flags. Please. The first thing you see that don't seem right, run.